Okay. All right, let's begin. Welcome to Let Us Book, the wrestling podcast in which we go mano-a-mano with Vince McMahon's booking team. My name is John, and today is my co-host, Jeff.
What it is, players?
Okay, we kind of I mentioned this in our first episode. Most of us are college students, so we're hitting our finals. A lot of scheduling conflicts, jobs, everything else. So,
if we're not there for a week, we apologize.
If not, also next week, I don't think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna try to find a way to do it this as a pre-pay-per-view and then after pay-per-view show. But
that'll be a little bit hard because we can't predict the future now.
What's it called? Freaking Chris predicted Bullet Club versus Shield. He's predicting it. I'm like, shit.
He's selling the hell out of it, and I'm buying it right now. Unlike some people.
But I was gonna
unintentional jokes, but it's all good. It's hot.
Okay. Unfortunately, we got to start the show off with a really downer note. The unfortunate passing of China. It's really a shame.
Rest in peace, Joan.
Unfortunately, she died of overdose on over-the-counter medication. So that's a real shame. I'm glad WWE did the right thing and acknowledged her and did a memoriam.
I'm honestly surprised, and I mean, I don't mean to throw shade at Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, but I'm surprised they both said something.
Yeah, I'm glad. Because, when I got home, I went on Bleacher Report to see what I missed so far. And I went to the beginning, I was like, there better said, there was a memoriam for China in the beginning. I was pissed off when it said there wasn't. But I was watching Raw, and then, in the last hour, it was right there, a good 4-minute video. I was like, I'm glad that happened.
The beginning actually had it. I don't know. The beginning of Raw, it had
probably the picture. But I was hoping for a video, memoriam video, and it didn't have.
I'm glad they kind of decided to close out the show technically with it.
Yeah, I think it was right before the
main event,
right before May. So I was glad they actually did that. But last time we were here, we were talking about Bullet Club debuting. So what did you think of Gallus and Anderson's debut match? Of them just kicking the crap out of the Usos.
Destroyed the Usos. I was happy about that.
They got put over strong, super strong.
I will give the Usos credit. They know how to take a beating.
And I love their ring gear, the white jacket. And all. I'm like,
that's their Japanese gear too.
I'm just like, you guys look so cool. You have no idea how cool you look. Which is
now their Japanese gear.
That just pisses me off now that AJ doesn't come out with the red and white. And I was like, that shit matches.
Granted, what if he comes out with black and white during the pay-per-view? See, he has pay-per-view gear. It makes sense now.
I can't wait for Payback. This is sad because Payback's the pay-per-view after Mania. I'm more excited for Payback than I was for Mania.
Yeah, because what happened at Mania? I don't remember Mania.
Well, even if you did remember, everything got null and void the next night anyway.
Basically, the crowd despised it.
Ryder won the belt of Mania next night.
Just
went
to
straight
lose
to Miz.
Straight Miz style.
AJ lost the match to Jericho.
Just to pin Jericho
the next night. Become number one contender. I mean, yeah, we're happy about that, but it just negates the night before.
I even killed that rivalry like that.
I'm glad Jericho's new rivalry with Ambrose.
It's actually okay. I'm liking it.
Because it's Mike skills, man. It's pure Mike
versus Mike. So granted, I'm not a big fan of the insult of stupid idiot. They mean the same thing.
It's to mean that you're double stupid or double the idiot.
But it's
a multiplier.
But it sounds so. You stupid idiot! You stupid idiot! Okay, thanks, Jericho. We get it. He's stupid and an idiot.
But that was just null and void. Then we had
the only thing that wasn't null and void was Triple H taking the title back. Why?
But
didn't they do that?
What else? Charlotte beats the two. But then you don't address the Sasha Banks thing, you don't address the Becky thing, and it just gets null and void because you thought they were just gonna keep building a story right there. It's being built up for SummerSlam,
which is fine.
I understand.
Isn't Bayley gonna show up by that point anyway?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Bayley will be.
She'll probably pull double duty like Sammy did, because there's always the takeover before SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's gonna be Brooklyn before SummerSlam, and I hope she debuts after SummerSlam though. Sasha wins. And then Sasha.
It'll be Charlotte, Sasha.
You can make it look
Bayley.
like Charlotte beats everyone up to SummerSlam and loses to Sasha. And Sasha says, if I beat everyone, that means I can beat all of you. And then Bayley comes in, and that's the new rivalry.
4.
Because we're still counting up, down, aren't we?
I will count it.
But okay.
It said it in the marquee. I have to count it now.
But so like that kind of sort of null and void. Brock Ambrose was nothing really.
There was nothing to null and void.
New Day, League of Nations, that was super null and void because League of Nations won and now they're splitting up. So what was the point of giving them the win?
Well, they're doing their own. Are they really splitting up?
Yeah. SmackDown, what's it called? Rusev and Del Rio were tagging with Sheamus. I forget the other 3 that were facing. And those 2 literally jumped off the apron and walked away from Sheamus.
This was last week's?
No, this was this SmackDown.
Well, now I gotta watch it.
Yeah. Well, like, that's breaking up, so I was like, what's the point of giving them the win and not building up New Day? But null and void. Shane versus Taker, super null and void because it was for control of Raw.
And guess who's been controlling Raw for the past 3 weeks? Hey, Shane O'Mac, how you doing? Granted, what is it? They're saying the jury's still out for...
We'll get it on Sunday, and obviously it's going to be brand split. That is brand split.
It'll be like, oh, my daughter will have control, or my daughter and stepson will have control of SmackDown or Raw. Whatever, who cares?
Yeah. So that's...
They're both going to be good for once.
That's going to be super null and void. Or was super null and void. I'm trying to figure out what's the other match. I think
the U.S. title match will actually be null and void for one reason. Ryback's going to take the damn title finally.
God, doesn't make sense. I don't want it.
You want to know why it has to happen, though, Sanchez?
Why?
Because Kalisto hasn't done jack squat with that title. Honestly, you put a...
You could have gave it to Corbin, and it would be better than Ryback.
They could have actually had the Battle Royal instead of Andre the Giant,
no,
U.S. title.
What I was saying? I was saying, like...
Or just have Corbin beef with him.
What's it called? Right, like the ladder match should have been
the
U.S. title. And what's it called? The IC match should have been
1v1 Sammy versus Owens.
And then like you can still have Ryder win the U.S. title, and then the next day you can still lose it. And I wouldn't be pissed off if you did it this way. The night before you had Corbin winning, and then like he gets
Corbin take it.
And Corbin takes the U.S. title because he's pissed off that more people are talking about Ryder's moment and not his moment. Again, building on Corbin hating the internet fans. You can still build that story, and he takes their good moment away. And I was like, you get mega heel heat. You have a new heel champion. And it's a heel champion I'm not pissed off at because I'm starting to like Corbin a little bit more and more now.
I liked him. Honestly, I liked him the first time I saw Corbin just due to the fact of...
Yeah, but like I was just like...
I just liked the amount... Like, I could see the potential in Corbin, basically.
I'm just like... but now I'm starting to see him more. I think he's fine. I think he's getting better, and I think working with Ziggler is perfection.
Oh, Ziggler is good at putting people over. I've noticed lately.
I'll be right back.
All right. Stabbing out of me. I segued it with stepping on the beach. Uh-oh. That man Carlos entered the room.
What up, guys?
Okay, so we were talking about Corbin. I was saying how like I'm starting to like Corbin more and more now.
Yeah, I like him on the main roster actually.
He's starting to get better, and I think the only thing that wasn't null and void in Mania was Corbin winning.
Yeah,
he's actually getting pushed
momentum. His momentum.
It was a debut, and he's getting
which is the first time I've seen momentum given to anyone who's won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and it's only done twice.
Sorry, Cesaro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. We all love you.
I mean, honestly, Big Show winning it, if they gave him some kind of momentum and gave him like a last title run, I wouldn't have been upset with it actually.
But I think the last thing was the Roman and Triple H, and we just didn't give a crap because we were done that night. We were just like super done that night.
You already had the hype of what? The ladder match win,
I was like,
the women's title win, and honestly, Shane and Taker was a spot fest that made me go 0 to 100 the whole damn time.
You notice he mentioned two of the I call the matches, and I called them wrong.
Yes.
And we had to kick his ass, right?
Yes.
I called... Again, recap those matches, I called at least 4 out of 5 of those matches correctly. How many matches were on the card? Like 7?
7 or 8.
Yeah, and I called a decent amount of them correctly and got my ass kicked for it.
You called the wrong ones, sir.
Yeah.
-1, because you said 4. You called one of them, we gave you a gimme with League of Nations versus New Day. That was a gimme.
That was...
Ooh!
That was a gimme.
They're not even together anymore.
Because we just saw, what's it called, we saw Super Saiyans. So we'll give you this one, Jeff. We have
It
our
was,
Super
a
Saiyans.
hype moment.
But like the other three, you just like,
Charlotte.
We will always bring this up. I'm just gonna say that, okay? Just like we always brought up Chris wanting Triple H to win the Royal Rumble.
I want him to win.
It's literally my favorite story. Like, because it's like a 2 month. It's a 2 month build with a payoff 5 months later. Because December we were talking. Like, I told him, like, Mania, it's gonna be Roman versus Triple H. You know that. It's like, I'm fine with that. I was like, but it's gonna be for the belt. And okay, this either means Roman has to lose to Triple H right away, and Roman has to win the Royal Rumble 2 years in a row, or Triple H wins the Royal Rumble, and this will be the second time and it's a part-timer winning it. And it's like, I'm fine with that. Chris, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be fine with it when it actually happens. Like, it's going to be fine. Okay, so I still have that clip of him marking out on Triple H entering in Royal Rumble. And, like, so Royal Rumble comes. I'm recording the entire match, our reactions, because I wanted to see how we would react when AJ debuts, because I don't know what spot he's going to debut in. So I was like, we'll record the entire thing, we'll see what happens, and we'll also see if there's any other surprise entrance. And it all...
Godfather, I think, was one.
I think.
Whatever.
Okay.
There wasn't many this year.
Yeah. So, like, we get to, I think, what was Triple H, 26, 25?
No, he was 28. Right?
He was in the last 5 people. Whatever. Screw it. He was in the bottom 5.
He was in, like, the last 5. So, when he games out, Chris just marks out, claps, cheers, he's happy. He wins. He's like, Jesus Christ, I don't want this. I'm like, Chris, you can't go from 5 minutes from being like, I feel like this.
I know why he felt that way, though, because Dean was the last person to get eliminated.
Yeah. So, like, I was like, Chris, you can't go in the span of 5 minutes going like, yes, this is amazing. So, what the fuck? And I'm like, you can't do that. And then, like, we get to main. I'm like, see, Chris, there's your main event you wanted 5 months ago. Like, I don't want it, though, but you said you wanted. You were okay with
record.
it. He's like,
just
God.
like it was on record for me to say, if I'm not mistaken, I wanted Charlotte to win. Honestly, no. Here's the thing. I have no problem with Charlotte winning that match. It's the way she won it. Because I even think I called how she would fucking win it. And I was like, she'll probably win it with Flair's help. And what happened? It happened. She won it with Flair's help.
And you're like, I didn't want that. I'm like, Jeff, you called this 10 minutes ago. You can't say you didn't want it. Like, but I just didn't want it.
I didn't want like that. And I just wanted her to win.
I just remember Chris going like, new bar. You can't use me with Triple H anymore. New bar. I'm like, shit, he's right.
But I didn't want Flair to interfere. I was hoping I was wrong about Flair at least. I wanted Charlotte to win because it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
You passed the title to the former champ of the Divas title. Yeah. All right, cool. But why the fuck did you have Flair interfere in the match? Like, that made me mad.
So, like,
I got my ass kicked for it. Yeah. That's when I got my ass kicked.
No, it was Shane Taker. Like, that's Charlotte, when you were like, I bet you Taker's going to win. I'm like, Jeff, I swear to God, if you're right.
And I said through Tombstone, too. I didn't even say anything else. I was like, he's going to tombstone him and call it a day. And
I'm just like, it happens like, Jeff, get the fuck outside. Right?
And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And Zach picks my ass up.
Picks you like, come on, we're going outside.
I was like,
you're like, oh, man.
I came back limping because my back got fucked up.
The camel clutch, man, does fuck people's lives.
I tried to tap, but, like, the pain stopped me from tapping. I was like, I literally was like, I'm going to, oh, God, wait. This hurts a lot more than I thought it would. And then I was like, okay.
Oh, my God. Shiki has those fucking huge arms, so I feel definitely bad for people now.
And Zach, no, it wasn't a camel clutch, because a camel clutch, you're laid out, and it does it. So, like, you're at least in, like, a yoga position, so you're stretching out your back. No, he had me in the Steiner recliner. That's worse. That's the top of your back getting broken.
Yeah. Oh.
He even had the arms. He had the arms there, man. Like, my arms were, like, behind my back and shit, how Steiner would do it, and he wrenched. And I was like, I have about an 8 1/3 chance of getting out.
8 1/3.
Oh, my God. I post up the picture of Smojo winning, and, like, I think you were like, oh, about time. And I'm like, yeah, man, 8 1/3 chance, more like 100% chance. Fuck it.
You want to know why that match was fucked? Because Sanchez is a genetic freak, and he's not normal.
Oh, my God.
He went to the University of Michigan, so he's an intelligent man. He knows his math.
Oh, my God. But we were just talking about, like, how Mania, null and void. Like, everything that happened there, the next night, it just didn't matter because it was the exact opposite results.
Yeah.
So, except for Roman keeping the... Shouldn't Triple H have gotten a rematch? Rematch clause. Everyone gets a fucking rematch clause except for Brock when he didn't get it, and technically Seth didn't get it, but whatever.
Technically, Roman didn't get it.
Yeah, he did.
No, you're talking about the Royal Rumble because
Oh.
he lost
But
the title there. I know.
He got it back anyway at Mania, so fuck him. It doesn't
I
matter.
forget how he got the title. Oh,
He
it's
won the
threat.
triple threat match,
I was
which
gonna
was
say, I
A
forget how
triple threat match he had no business winning.
It should have been Brock.
It should have been Dean.
Either one of them.
Dean gets a bigger reaction than Roman does.
We were. I guess this was in the beginning. We were talking about merchandise.
Two part-timers going at each other at Mania.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we don't need Shane Taker. Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Sorry,
Excuse me.
for the title. Correction. Censor.
But so like we're saying like everything's null and void in Mania, but I'm happy everything's null and void from Mania because everything
Payback
that's been
looks
building up, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Taker,
Because, like-
Payback actually looks stacked. Not
Well,
Taker.
Payback is like where the brand split's gonna happen.
Yeah, 'cause,
Which
like-
are like, I don't know if you
Wait.
guys talked about it yet, but my
Not
idea
on
for what's
here.
happening
Yeah, no,
with Payback.
yeah, I did. I had the mic on since we started talking, just to
Oh,
test out the mic levels.
So what? It might actually show up.
I might like cut off from where we actually say we're beginning the show, and I just release it as a separate clip, or just us shooting the shit. Us talking about pedigrees. We were talking about like the logical way to escape.
Jeff Jarrett had the most logical way. Pushes Triple H off of him. He straight
You
up
just,
was
like,
just
you get the arms
no.
hooked, and you just like drop your arms, and you just push like no, not happening.
like everyone else is like struggle, low blow, struggle, RKO, struggle, FU. Nope.
just push
Jeff
away.
Jarrett.
Just like push away, but like you were, yeah, we have like your idea, and I'm saying right now it's a good idea.
I think it's the most, because like, all right, so if you think about it, like Bullet Club, they like AJ is kind of seeming, oh, I don't want them helping me out. So if they're kind of forcing themselves to help him out, and Finn just lost the belt, it just all just like
It lines up.
lines
It
up
lines
together.
up perfectly.
No, my thing is, let's just say, because yes, that shit makes perfect sense in all honesty. But let's say this: Finn moving up, obviously he would be part of Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. But let's say AJ was just acting the whole damn time.
and
That,
still part
that
of it.
also makes sense.
But I was saying like we have the brand split. What if like Bullet Club wasn't like part of either brand? You have Doc and Anderson go for the tag belts, and you have AJ and Finn each go for the world heavyweight titles, and Bullet Club just has all the belts.
Bullet Club would own.
Come on, it's cool, right?
I have to throw it up. It gets the Wolfpack symbol of approval for that
I'm
one.
just like it's cool, right? Like they
Yes,
all just take
But
the
if they
belts
do
from
the-
both
if-
of them.
But if they do the brand split, like when they have to split up the tag team titles again,
Take
No,
both
you can actually keep the tag
You can
titles
be-
as one because they did it when the brands were split.
Yeah, they did it at the beginning, and then like later they split because they actually
Only
had the
reason
bigger
why
roster.
the only reason why the roster is the way it is like displayed is because of Super Show. You remember that crap?
it was stupid.
Yeah,
There you go.
But like, what's it called? Like, I'm glad. I hope they keep the tag because I think they still don't have a big enough division tag team wise.
But it's so nice as it is.
No, I'm saying I don't think they have a big enough, so I think they should just keep that as a whole. And it's like the tag. It'll be like remember when Brock was undisputed champion, or like remember the undisputed champion? He was part of both brands.
For a bit, yeah. That's what I'm. They probably would. Just
That's what
have-
I'm thinking for the women's title and.
I'm
the-
fine with that.
with the women's title and tag titles, but like the
Because-
mid cards each, there's already two. So
The mistake they made with the women's title
Dude, man, they need to make
in the past was
Kalisto
straight up.
relevant.
well, we're gonna talk about Payback like soon.
The mistake they made with the women's title back in the day was they didn't let it be a multi-brand title.
Yeah,
They made SmackDown the sex symbols and Raw were little like with the ass
Raw
kickers.
Raw was women's championship and SmackDown was Divas, right?
After a bit, yeah, like
Yeah.
what when the
I
in
don't look.
09,
When
but
Michelle
like they
McCool
could have
took it.
yeah, like they
Yeah.
could have just always had the women's title as
Yeah,
But like it's
moving
like
title.
yeah, but like yeah. I'm glad like mid card titles definitely gonna keep the same. It'll be
Oh,
split
yeah.
in the main titles because like I don't
Can
think
we
I
please
told you.
choose the Intercontinental title though. I'm tired of looking at the old school one.
I kind of like the old school one.
Nah, I like the one from like 03, 04.
Yeah, I like that. I like the attitude, ruthless aggression. That one was nice.
But did I tell you what the other main event title is gonna look like?
Mm-mm.
It's the Wing Eagle from 1990s.
The
The
Hogan
Hulk-
title.
the Hulk-
Oh,
Hogan
okay,
title.
yeah, I like that one.
It's
I
gonna be
like
that title coming back.
Okay, that's
I mean, I
It's
want-
it's not gonna.
actually, I should
Was
say-
that gold? Like the
yeah,
actual.
no, it
bronze.
was,
It's gonna be silver. That's
the
what I
old one
look.
was bronze.
The older one was bronze. The new one's gonna be silver, and it looks better silver.
does it?
It looks-
Yes,
They-
it's black and silver.
Well, they didn't show like someone like black and silver.
Oh shit!
So like someone leaked the pictures out of it because like it looks just like the winged eagle, but like the top where it says WWF, it just says WWF. It has the
So,
network WWE.
If
logo.
my prediction is right, then right, does that make Finn Balor Triple H's guy again? 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
he always was.
he always
he
is.
never
He's just-
stopped.
he's
yeah,
gonna
like-
just give him the belt and be like, "Yo, this is your show."
Oh, so
now."
it'll be
He'll be-
Bischoff and
He'll
Triple
be
H.
Triple H.
It's like
He'll be
Bischoff
Triple
Triple
H
H.
with face paint on occasion, and not
Oh,
as
yeah.
jacked
Okay,
and angry.
let's talk about
And
Payback because that's the pay per view
shovelly.
this
it's
weekend.
stacked. I like it.
I like it
Yeah,
too,
it's the one time that a minor pay per view is stacked.
but it's also the first time a minor pay per view has stories built into every match.
Yeah, because you got.
Okay,
even
I have the card right
even
here.
the non-title matches,
Okay,
Owens and Zayn.
there's one pre-show match and it's Kalisto versus Ryback.
Go figure.
I don't
Right.
understand.
That actually has a story behind it though, and that's the cool thing about it.
I don't understand why it's in the pre-show.
Because you got it.
Because
Because
you
like
need
the
something
other
in the
cards
pre-show.
are, I don't know which one you would put on the pre-show. If I look at these
I wouldn't
cards,
put any of them on the pre-show.
but you need to have something on the pre-show.
Something to
You
at
just
least
di- you
give
just-
you
you're
give you a
spitting-
taste of what's about to
you're
happen.
spitting on the United States title's face. Just,
Well, you kind of spit on it when Cena dropped it anyway. Cena was the best thing to happen to that title for a while.
And honestly, I'll give Del Rio his credit. He tried. He
tried.
tried so hard to put Kalisto over with that belt. And what did they do to that belt? The same thing they did with Dean Ambrose with that belt. Hey, whatever happened to the United States title? Huh? Is it still a title?
But okay, so
No.
after these are probably not in the same order, but I'm just gonna read them in like from what I feel like are bottom card to main event. We're gonna have Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Corbin's
Baron
obviously
Corbin,
gonna win.
Oh, yeah.
Dolph
You gotta
Ziggler's
put
now
him-
glorified
but-
jobber.
He's
Well,
Chris Jericho.
But I think for Corbin, it's amazing that he's working with Dolph Ziggler because Ziggler will sell for him and make him
No,
look
yeah,
like
Ziggler
$1 million.
can sell.
I think that's probably why they put
Put
Ziggler
him,
with
yeah,
him.
they want to make him look. Then we have Enzo and Cass versus Vaudevillains for the #1 contendership. I'm glad that's actually a story you're building. You have to earn to be #1 contendership because that's something they haven't done in a while.
True. I mean, someone who was it that got me? Buddy of mine. He said it was like he understood why they did it the way they did, but he was like, wouldn't the payoff be better at a pay-per-view to win the titles at a pay-per-view?
I bet you're like
you would be right.
that would be the #1 contendership, and we're all saying Enzo and Cass, right? Unless
I'm
the
saying
Dudley.
Enzo and Cass, but I
Do you think the Dudleys are going to interfere and make it be Vaudevillains?
I think the
That's
Dudleys
what I'm
will
thinking.
interfere, and the Vaughn Villains are just because they're
Well, I'm
so
not
like the
thinking
Vaughn
they're
Villains
interfering.
are the better wrestling tag team.
He's right.
So
they're,
like, I
they're
think,
wrestling.
technically sound. Yes.
yeah, I think they're gonna give it to them.
It's gonna be weird
And then
gimmicks
it's
too.
gonna-
New Day versus Vaudevillains, just
Yeah.
gimmick wise.
Yo, you have the oh god, that threw me off on Raw because they came out with the black and white screen and then they went to New Day and it was color and I was like, what? Why?
Yeah, and like the Vaughn Villains, they like both of them. They have good mic skills.
Oh yeah,
and they
especially
really
Aiden
good
English.
technical. Yeah,
Aiden English is gold.
golden. So like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
Like when it
mind
was all
him-
three doing on the mics, we're like, oh god, man, you can't just have this in the
Simon
beginning.
Gotch has a lisp. It's kind of funny.
I always like Simon Gotch more than English just for the mustache.
Mhm. And
Just
I
for
think
the
that-
mustache.
I definitely think that they're gonna try like the Dudleys as heel still. So like keep
works.
putting them with Enzo and Cass is just like
You got
through the
Enzo
roof.
versus Bubba on the mic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And Bubba doesn't give a shit
yeah.
on the mic.
You know, like I was watching Enzo and Cass's debut on Raw, and I see Bubba laughing. I'm like, they're cracking you up, aren't they? That's not you being a character. They're actually legitimately cracking you up, aren't they?
Yeah, they were actually.
No, Devon tried so hard to play as angry, but anytime he turned his face, I could tell he was dying because he would start shaking. He's like, "What the fuck?"
They're just too good on the
That
mic.
had me cry. Just well, excuse me, Devin. I was like,
Oh my God. Like, no, Devin. I'm here because my mom and dad got together one day. How you doing?
How you
I'm
doing?
Jack. Ah, God, too over.
my favorite line so far from them, as long as they've been on the main roster, is "We're like A cups. You may not like us, but we're here."
Okay, next match.
He compared them to.
Charlotte versus Natalia.
Charlotte's.
I'm
going.
giving it to Natalia.
Are you sure?
I want to, because honestly,
I
I,
kinda
feel
want-
like they put her in that spot, not because of the good matches they've had, because I think Natalia's leaving soon.
Because
She's getting up there in age, in terms of how it's
So the only way I could see her winning, because like
Actually, would
Bret
be.
Hart is gonna be in her corner,
It'll stop Ric Flair from interfering,
Yeah.
and therefore Natalia wins by fairness.
but
That's what
I
I'm
think
thinking.
And then you can like Bryan Split can just put the belt up. Yeah, he actually makes a point there. He actually does make a point.
he
There.
makes
I
the
give him
point.
that.
I give him that, but
Okay, next. This is my match
I
tonight.
made a point.
This is gonna be my match tonight. Sorry, AJ. I'm sorry, Cesaro, I'm sorry, Ambrose, but Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. I want a KO.
Yeah, well, no, that's the match of the night.
They're going to steal the show.
I want a KO win. I want a repeat of last year. I want you to keep powerbombing him until he can't get back up. No, screw you. I want Owens to powerbomb you until you could not physically get up again.
But here's the reason why I want Zayn to win. Because it makes him more aggressive, Kevin Owens. Which means Kevin Owens does more damage. And the more damage Kevin Owens does, the more fun it is to watch.
We're going to Extreme Rules, so you know it's going to be Owens versus Zayn again in Extreme
That's
Rules.
why I want Zayn to win.
Fight. You can have a table match. You can have some stipulation that's going to be like, we got to kill each other.
Extreme Rules, they could actually do something relevant with them.
Oh my god, a last man standing between those two?
Oh god, like I want...
That's making my heart flutter.
This is my match of the night, and it's going to be my feud of the year, probably. But I want this to continue.
All the feeling of Shawn and Brett without all the actual hatred.
Yeah. I want this to continue, and I want this to get a belt somewhere down the line. It's for a belt.
Yeah. Minor, major, doesn't
I'd love
matter.
to see another ladder match between these two for a title.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see that spot one more time? We're doing this forever.
Like he does like the flip Sammy over the shoulder and he hits a ladder. He did it in PWG. He did it in Ring of Honor. He did it in the main roster. I'm just like, boom, boom. I'm just like, I feel bad for Sammy.
They sell it perfectly.
Yo, El Generico. I know he's not Sami Zayn, but he was against Kevin Steen. So
I think it was 2 weeks ago. I was telling him like, whenever Sami Zayn gets inducted to Hall of Fame, you have to have the person who inducts it. It should be El Generico, and then when he's finished doing that speech of inducting Sami Zayn, he takes off the mask. Like, I have a big secret to unveil. I was El Generico the entire time, and I want Kevin Owens to be like, I'm leaving now.
Angrily, this is bullshit.
Like, I want that. Like, I want kayfabe to stay alive until that one moment.
Either that or he just beats him up again.
Just goes up there, tries to hug him, just low blows him like, I'm done with you. This is dumb.
I'm sick of your crap. You lied to me for so many... You hid El Generico.
But I just want that.
That was actually hilarious.
I want... Okay, so the next match is going to be Ambrose versus Jericho.
So
I think it's going to be good.
Listen, Ambrose and Jericho work perfectly together on the mic. Jericho is not bad at wrestling, and neither is Ambrose. I think that match has real solid potential to steal the show.
It has potential as a technical match. That's what I like about it. I mean, granted, Dean Ambrose he's not really a technical guy,
but he's a good storyteller.
He
can tell a story.
Tell the pain in his face. Oh,
Triple H versus Dean Ambrose should have been the main event we should have had at WrestleMania.
Don't get me started.
Don't get Chris started on that.
I wanted that, so I pushed for that so hard. But I already knew as soon as Roman touched the title one fucking time at TLC,
it's gonna be MMA. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, I know I don't want to get started, but like Ambrose versus H. That's Shawn and Austin all over again.
Oh my god, yeah, you would be right. But I guess Triple H should be Shawn in this one?
You can prove you're better than Shawn.
Ew! God, he puts himself in the Shawn Michaels spot way too much.
He sees it now.
Get out of here.
Oh,
he didn't even want the title, I bet. He just wanted to hold it just to give somebody a shot.
I bet you, like, in the middle of that Roman Reigns match, he's like, Vince, I can keep going with this title run.
He wanted to be Triple H again.
Like, the crowd are cheering me. They obviously want a second run of Triple H.
They want the new Reign of Terror.
Alright, so the reason the crowd is cheering Triple H
more shovels.
is because I think we all agree, like, 100% of the fans agree that Roman Reigns should not be the champion.
Should have never breathed near the title.
Should not be in the main event picture. Shouldn't even be on the main roster right now. Send him away. Get him a new gimmick.
I don't want to be rude towards NXT, but anytime I say send him to the Bush Leagues, I truly just mean send him to NXT.
Well, it's good because, like, what's his name? Tyson Kidd
did the same thing.
Went straight there, and he got better. Alex Riley, Zack Ryder, they went there and they reinvented themselves. I was pushing for Zack Ryder going there for a long time. Like, if you're not going to use him there, send him to NXT. Let him work with the young guys, and he'll get better there too.
Him and Mojo Rawley need to move up together, not just Ryder by himself, because Ryder by himself obviously gets fucked over.
Yeah,
so have him and Mojo move up.
But I'm
there
just
you
saying,
go,
like,
new tag team.
If you want to do something, I'm like, just send him to NXT. Let them get better there.
Grow.
And guess what? If they get good there, they're going to win over the Smarks, because that's all who watches NXT are Smarks, and they'll love them, and they'll cheer for them on the main roster again.
Granted, I honestly feel like Roman Reigns at this point, if they did send him down, would have that
Eva Marie.
Yeah, that Eva Marie effect where it's like, oh, he's on my TV.
Okay, we'll talk about Roman Reigns when we get to that match, because one more match before we get to Roman Reigns. The Miz versus Cesaro. I'm liking the Miz again.
I never
liked the Miz.
I never.
Because anytime he's held a title, in all honesty, and this is just my honest opinion of it, in some weird way, the Miz has actually elevated the title for one reason: you want him to lose it. So anyone who takes it is the nicest step up from
the
Miz.
thing with the Miz is like people
even when
hate
he was
him,
a face, it pushed the other guys.
So like with the Miz, people hate him because he has mic skills and he makes you hate him.
No, but I like his mic skills, but like.
Yeah.
Oh, I put my hands up. You shut up. But I'm just like, he has great mic skills, but I'm just like, his wrestling's hit or miss. Now it's better. It's
got stale for a bit, especially when Ric Flair passed down the figure 4 lock.
Like now it's way better. So now like I can't wait to see Cesaro and Miz. I feel like that'll be a great match.
It'll be.
And I like the fact that Maurice is with him because like it's showing. All right, yeah, I'm this Hollywood star, and look how good my wife is. Like, what are you gonna say? Your wife don't look like this.
No. It's a shame that Miz doesn't have that U.S. title anymore. He had to give it to Xavier Woods.
Oh, that poor dude. He's still mad about it, I bet.
Man, you're using this Honda. Honda gets moved forward when he does that. It's bullshit. I'm like,
he actually knew, though.
I'm like, holy shit. You know you're fighting it. How many of you wrestlers know fighting games?
All of them.
Why aren't you in Evo?
All of them actually know fighting games. Hell, John Cena knows fighting games.
I know.
Go to that man's Instagram. That dude has many obscure-ass references to fighting games.
We were talking about John Cena's Twitter before you got here. We were going like, you know the joke between me and Chris is like, John Cena will get injured, and they'll tell him like, you got like 6 months before you come back. He'll be like, I'll be back in 3, don't worry. And that was me and Chris's joke all the time.
He literally put on Raw, I'll be back in a month.
No, but
he's been injured. Oh, wait.
Like before, like he said that I'll be back on Memorial Day. He was like, the doctor told me it would be 6 to 9 months. I told him I'll do it in 5. I'm like, John, that's not how it works. You can't just grab a medical advice and say, no, I can shorten that. I don't need you.
Your shoulder literally filed to flatness, and they had to re-round your shit. What do you mean you're coming back?
Yeah. So like he literally put that on the story. I'm like, he knows. He must know. He must know he has Wolverine blood in him.
Maybe he is Wolverine.
Telling you, man. I'm
telling
telling
you. His healing factor was slow as shit, but it works.
I'm like, why haven't doctors just pumped his blood out? Like we had to figure out the John Cena gene.
They can put it on WWE shows. Give it to the Make-A-Wish kids.
John Cena blood? I'm like, oh man, I want that Wolverine in me.
I'm sorry about that joke. I'm going to hell for that. I said they're getting. Never mind.
Yeah,
it's gonna be on there anyway. Yeah. You'll hear it.
Yeah, I heard it. Main event: AJ Roman. We talked about your prediction.
My brilliant idea.
Over under Balor doesn't interfere. How over is it? Like, give me a percentage.
I'm saying he doesn't interfere.
I'm just saying like him being there.
Oh, I'm going over on this one.
Well, he has to make his debut eventually.
Yeah, no, he has to. But like, do you think it's gonna be Payback, or do you think it's gonna be brand extension?
Payback. It makes sense at Payback.
It does make sense. Payback. It sets up the brand expansion so much.
The only thing I would honestly be uncertain about, and like the most Sting level uncertainty ever, is what side is AJ going to be on when it's all said and done.
So like this is how I see things happening, right? Finn is going to interfere, right? And then it's going to be a double DQ, right? And all you're going to see is Triple H at the entrance ramp clapping his guy up.
He does screw over Roman and gets Finn. That does make sense.
The problem is
it does make story sense.
AJ.
But like
by screwing AJ, you keep AJ face,
and you also keep him in the title pit. Fuck, you're right, Carlos. Damn, that was nice.
What I can't wait for that match though. I can't wait for the entrances. Do you know what city Payback is? No. Do you know what city Payback is?
Not at all.
CM Punk's town.
Shit,
Chicago.
Oh, yo, Ryback's gonna get booed hard as shit. Yes.
Ryback's gonna get booed.
He always gets booed.
AJ's gonna come out.
He's gonna get it worse because he's hurt their hometown hero.
But what's going on? AJ comes out. He's gonna get the biggest pop ever, and when Roman comes out, we're gonna get louder boos than John Cena did.
Dude,
and the only reason why Cena even got booed is because of who he was versing. Chicago actually doesn't even mind Cena.
No.
So like Roman
It's
Reigns
like
is
Punk,
gonna come out.
Punk doesn't mind Cena.
Cena, they're actually friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Roman Reigns is gonna come out, right? And the crowd just gonna chant CM Punk's name over and over.
Oh, no doubt.
and
Either
over
it's going to
again.
be
Either
his
that-
name or Nakamura for whatever reason. Some
Nakamura-
Bailey chants.
Because Nakamura is fucking awesome.
But they
Yeah.
did you hear them do that during Mania? They chanted Nakamura. They did the Sami Zayn chant.
To be fair,
They did the Bailey chant.
really messed up because like there's no way not one match on WrestleMania could top Sami Zayn versus Nakamura.
That's
You know what else? But even
that's
for
like I'm afraid for Brooklyn. I'm like, man.
But forget that though. Here's where they really fucked up. Survivor Series tournament. Why would you have the guy you want to put over, who was actually getting over genuinely, Roman?
Sort of. Yeah. It's TLC is when he gets.
True, but
That's when he gets pushed. But I know what you mean.
like he's building towards that,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's cool. Because I was behind him too. I was like, all right, I can see Roman winning. But why would you put him in the finals of that match against Dean?
Why would I said you should have done? The final should have been Cesaro versus Roman because Cesaro gave him the best match of his career to date. Even right now, like Cesaro versus Roman is still Roman's best
Then
match.
but he would still get the same reaction because people
No.
want Cesaro to take.
But like, I forget how long the Ambrose Roman Reigns match was, but it was like
25.
no, it wasn't that long. It was like shorter than the other two
15?
matches. It was like 12 or 10 or something.
Ew.
But the Cesaro and Reigns match was like 15, close to 20. If you put on that long of a match with Roman, and he has to struggle to get the win,
All right,
because that was a
that's fair.
struggle.
Yeah, that's fair then. Then he deserves that win.
Then he gets the win. He might
Might
get
get
the
over,
cheer,
yeah,
might get the
so
cheers. But like,
this
it
is-
would have been a great match to put him over.
This came in my head right now because I saw this on the WWE Network app. They were talking about Roman Reigns and he was like the big picture and all, and they were like, "Who has the deadliest spear in WWE history?" And like number one, they had Roman Reigns, and I'm just looking at
the
like
fuck outta
my
here.
phone, like, are you serious? Like his spear doesn't even look like it hurts.
Goldberg and
Edge.
Rhino.
I was about to say Rhino. I was about to say I put
Gore.
Rhino over Goldberg.
I don't know. After seeing Nunzio get
That's the only one that I
at
see
the
that gets
Royal Rumble?
wrecked. That's the only one I see that
and
gets
Steve-
super wrecked. But like
Chris
Rhino.
Jericho?
Chris Jericho got it pretty bad.
I was thinking Rhino-
Stevie. got
Wait,
it
didn't
bad.
Rhino gore Jericho through SmackDown stage?
Yeah, that's when they changed it too.
That's what I was about to say.
That was literally the last time they had
That's
that
what I'm
stage,
saying.
they
Like
changed
I
it.
go with Gore because Gore just looks like he just like doesn't like spear you. He looks like he wants to push you all the way to the next corner of the ring
wants
and
to end
continue
your life.
pushing through the turnbuckle.
His
Rhino wasn't
move
even in
looks
the
like a
top
legit
five.
Rhino.
Get out of here!
Wait,
He
what?
wasn't. He wasn't even in the top 5.
I gotta see this. We'll watch this list later.
Actually,
But
wait, was it like a
Countdown?
a regular list or was it like a WWE countdown?
It was like a count. Oh, not the actual countdown, but it was a list.
Okay, what is the list? Because I'm really curious.
Like, I don't
If
remember.
Roman is 1,
Roman was
Bad.
1, Edge was 3, Goldberg was 2. I forget who was 4, and then
probably Charlotte.
I can't even think of any other. ones.
Charlotte has a pretty nice spear. I'll give her that. Caitlyn also had a really nice spear.
Yeah.
a diva. One of the divas was 5.
Caitlyn or Charlotte.
It's probably one of those. But Payback. What do you think?
I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm actually gonna
It's a
enjoy it.
must-watch pay-per-view.
I'm not even caring about the outcome in all honesty, except for the main event. I'm gonna enjoy it.
We know Roman's gonna get
He's gonna
have
keep
the
the
title,
title.
but I want to know how he keeps the title. I hope it's not by 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
win.
I don't want.
I hope it's
Double DQ.
I hope it's
If
like
it's a
either
double DQ or a dirty win, I will be fine
Yeah,
with it.
like it's-
The reason I'm saying dirty win is because,
Balor can still interfere and screw over AJ.
and you can honestly just have. I mean, you can't really double turn, but you can turn Roman heel. You
I
can't.
was about to say, you can't double turn
because
like
AJ's already the face.
Yeah,
But you can definitely still turn Roman like that.
Yeah. Well, I
But-
mean, he should be like if
should
you
have been a
boo,
heel
if
the
you're getting
whole damn
booed
time, but-
this hard, like it should come into
It
their
happened to
head. Like
Baron Corbin. Remember, like Baron Corbin,
He
came
wanted
into
to be
as a
face
He was getting over as a face. Then people just got bored with him.
because he
started
kept beating
booing.
up jobbers.
Yeah, and then started booing him. And then it was like, okay,
I'm kind
You're
of glad they didn't
heel.
repeat that mistake with him this time. On the main roster. Okay, yeah, you have a jobber or two. And now you have Ziggler. Yeah, cool.
build up.
And
But-
I'm glad they didn't feed Damian Sandow to that man, because that would have been funny to watch.
Damian
they did-
Sandow's
they
been on
did
the
feed
biggest
him.
losing streak ever.
What's called? They did feed him on SmackDown. Sano
Um,
got fed to Corbin. They had the match.
I don't watch SmackDown often.
Yeah. But
It's just mainly because it normally.
do you think we're just
rematches.
gonna get like rematches in Extreme Rules of everything?
I wouldn't say everything.
Well, not everything. You're not gonna get Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass rematch. It's gonna be whoever wins.
I see a tables match with the Dudleys.
So since they're doing the brand split, I think Extreme Rules is going to be the first pay-per-view for either Raw or SmackDown by themselves, separately.
Can they change the names finally? Great.
Maybe. We'll see.
They could call it One Night.
I was
Because
about
that way
to
they'll have
say,
storylines.
what do you think the draft's gonna be like? Like, are they gonna be picking people, or are they gonna be doing like?
I kind of want the Royal Rumble wheel, and just have that moment.
I was about to say because like, I think our best episode that we recorded is still our draft.
That was a nice draft.
I still think that's our
and then
best episode.
I had to be mediator and be like, which one was best, and I was like, I'm a Raw guy, so the Raw team wins.
This guy Shane O'Mac, but like I was like, oh my god, like that's I still
Wait,
say that's.
Did you get Balor too?
No, he got Balor, but I got AJ.
As H, he was Balor. Yeah, that makes sense.
And he got Shinsuke, remember? And I was pissed off, and I got Owens.
I'm
and
surprised you didn't take Becky from him though, because he really.
I was this
Becky.
close to just doing that, but I then took Enzo and Cass, and he got New Day.
Which.
But I got John Cena, and then he got.
I think you took Orton.
No, I took Orton.
No, you just won.
Yeah, you had the older show.
I had almost he had older too, because he also had Taker.
Yeah, but I was like, are you sure about? Yeah, I remember questioning.
Because he wanted Samoa Joe. I was like already drafted him like 5 rounds ago, man. It's like, oh, when did that happen? Like 5 rounds ago.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll take Samoa Joe.
And we all agree that like Cena and Randy should just never like
wrestle again?
Yeah, don't be in the same ring with each other.
Farewell match. You can wrestle
one.
again.
One.
When it's your farewell matches, you can.
I
have,
just don't
like,
know whose farewell match, but
yeah, when it's one of them, when it's one of them, like it's time for one of them to retire. Just do one last match, and
I mean, Randy said he's gonna retire soon.
I could see Orton and Cena doing one last match.
I still want to see that Orton versus AJ, just to see how you reverse the Styles Clash into an RKO.
You don't.
It's possible. It's fucking possible. I've
Not
drawn
from
up
the upside down
schematics.
position.
I drew schematics, Jeff.
No,
it's possible.
I think this is how they're gonna do things, okay? Because they're not gonna let the Styles Clash go. I think Styles is gonna go for the phenomenal forearm, and it's just gonna turn into an RKO some magical way.
I can see honestly though, because Orton is pretty tall, but AJ could still hit the Styles Clash on tall dudes. Because I think he hit it on Nash once.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
And he hit it on Abyss.
Mm-hmm.
He hit it on Abyss, and Abyss is huge.
Yeah, Abyss is fucking old school Kane sized.
What was I gonna say? Like, no, it's possible. Like, you have him on the Styles Clash thing. What's called Orton? He just sits up and slips and does the RKO. You just have to do it super fast. I knew
you were thinking about it too, and I was just like, he's a tall dude. He'd have to like really think about where his head is to the ground.
I'm just saying it's possible. There's schematics, Jeff.
I'm just surprised he really got. I'm still surprised about the Abyss one. Like that. That still catches me to this day. Where I'm like, God. And that was not the beefy AJ. That was like.
Oh, not
little.
One I want to talk about.
I'm
before
the phenomenal, tights wearing ass AJ.
Mm-hmm. So we'll touch on NXT before we finish. Nakamura just building up wins. Great.
Good.
Charismatic.
Hasn't been beaten
as
yet,
fuck.
right?
No, hasn't been beaten yet. Charismatic. One debut caught my attention.
Jose.
Yeah.
Jose.
As much as like I'm watching his video, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be goofy. When he's out there, man, that guy had charisma.
All right, I'm gonna watch his matches because I actually haven't seen.
He has charisma. Like, not like his old match, like his NXT match. I was like, man, this guy's charismatic. Got the crowd on his side in a flash. I was like, I can see you doing something, man.
When you guys talk about NXT,
New Age Carlito.
I will leave because I'm gonna rewatch the entire event without skimming through it. Because I only wanted to see Shinsuke's match.
Oh, yeah.
So I got home from work last night tired. I'm just like, let's just watch Shinsuke.
It's Shinsuke versus Samson. That's the only thing you saw.
Okay.
But
I repeated the entrance like 10 times because the entrance is gold.
But the only thing like I was upset with NXT last night is like they kept talking about the Joe Balor thing.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to show the entire match. They only showed the highlights.
They only showed highlights, and then they showed like him holding the belt up.
I was hoping the whole match was there.
The one thing
but
I hate
still.
with WWE's replays these days is like they show pictures.
Yeah, it's not actual.
Like, oh, this is Roman doing a spear. Why don't I watch him spear you?
Yeah,
that'd be great.
But like NXT, it's still doing good. They're starting to build up. I don't know. I'm guessing
They're
Nakamura,
building towards their next pay-per-view,
which is June.
Yeah.
And like I know it's probably gonna be Nia Jax versus
That's how they
Asuka.
should do it, though.
Yeah.
They should start like. I love how NXT does things because they don't.
Well, technically they don't build it slow because you know it's all pre-taped. But like it's
build-up
slow
for
for
us
us.
is
It's
slow,
slow because
yeah.
it's every week. For them, it's like literally 3 day build up because it's and then split here, split here, split here, split here, split here, split
Because
here.
they do a lot of
But
house shows.
It's good. I'm guessing their
Granted,
house
their
shows.
schedule is like an indie schedule where they do maybe like 4 days of house shows and then they're chill the rest of the
Good.
week.
That's why they're not that injured that much.
Because the only person I noticed that's gotten injured in NXT are Alex Riley and Hideo. That's it. That's
Sammy got injured.
he got injured during Cena's match though. That's why.
No, he got injured during his entrance to Cena's match. Don't you remember?
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? That's really where he got injured.
You can see like the second time he does this, you see his arm jerk, and you go like he felt something wrong. So when he kept doing the match, and then he realized my arm's fucked, right? And he went to the ref like my arm, I think it's fucked, and they checked that it's fucked, and he just finished the match.
Damn, man's a champ. That's that indie shit.
Don't forget he also then had to do Kevin Owens versus Zayn too.
Didn't he do that like the night before?
No, he did the night
after.
The night after. He did it. It was on a Wednesday. Remember, specials are on Wednesday, not Saturday.
Right, and that was actually live.
Yeah.
Fuck you, he.
Champ. I give Zayn credit. He's
Whatever
always a champ.
happens to him in his future, as long as it concerns titles, I hope he gets.
Yeah, I hope he starts building up a rank. That's why I was happy Samoa Joe winning the belt, because like, oh, you have a belt. Thank you.
A belt. It doesn't matter.
Put that on his credentials, like NXT champion also.
Because NXT.
It makes sense though, because like Joe's when he came into NXT, it's like he's conquered everywhere he's gone. So like, how can they push him up and then bring him up to WWE, assuming with the same character,
He
and
hasn't
say
take the belt
he
yet.
didn't conquer NXT? NXT conquered him.
True.
Yeah, so I'm glad he got the belt. So I'm
That's
pretty
kinda
sure
why
they're
I'm
building
glad.
up for Nakamura versus Joe for the June special.
That's kind of why I'm glad AJ just skipped NXT, because I could see them honestly
Well,
just
like-
not giving him the belt and just moving him.
No, I think they would have given him the belt, but like, like he was merch seller right away.
So
I think
was,
AJ's good enough.
it proved
not
right
to
away,
be on
like-
NXT though.
Well, hell yeah.
You know, like he's ever since he's made the main roster, he's made a bigger impact on the main roster than anybody else on the main roster has.
That's saying a lot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering
And what, he's been here since the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, considering how short he's been there, he's. Jeez, that is.
Remember, his contract's 3 years.
He did a lot in like 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
He has a 3-year contract, so we still have a lot more with AJ.
That's good.
Which is great, actually.
So
I just hope that at the end of 3 years, he either A, resigns or B, retires.
No, I think
Oh,
he'll
no.
re-sign.
no, I think he said he might retire because he just wanted to make security for his family to build up all the cash because he doesn't spend a lot.
No, he does. I
So
think he'll.
He just wanted to build a security for his family, and then
I,
when he
I
retires, he
think
doesn't have to do anything else.
He'll
anymore.
re-sign as a part-time wrestler.
I'll be fine with that.
I mean, because technically in Japan he was part time.
It basically was part time. I feel like
because their schedule was their wrestling was hard, but their scheduling was pretty easy.
I was about to say I'm pretty sure almost if you take like a WWE just a regular, not John Cena or anything, just like a regular person compared to like a New Japan schedule, it feels like New Japan almost like everyone feels like part time because it's
they wrestle
not,
like once a week.
I forget who. I think I was listening to a Balor interview. He was saying like you wrestle, then you can take a month off, you can relax. And
do other shows,
do other shows, and Balor said, "Oh, okay, I'll do New Japan, and when it's my time off, I'll go home to Ireland, and then when they need me, I'll come back."
That was that on the Table for Three? Did he have a Table for Three?
No, I think it was on Jericho's podcast.
Yeah. You're right.
I think it's on Jericho's
'Cause
podcast.
someone else said something along those lines. I think it was Neville.
Oh yeah, because that's how it works. Like they'll just do their shows, take time off,
It makes
and then
sense.
when they need you, they'll call you saying we kind of need you, and it will be
You are the champ
it'll be
currently.
like a month though.
Yeah, and
like
it
they'll be
makes
like we need
sense,
you
too.
after a month.
Makes sense because TNA and New Japan had like a good working relationship where they would like in exchange.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean back in 2008 when they had the freaking World Cup?
Yeah,
The TNA World Cup
it was amazing.
was the pinnacle of TNA, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a
That
good
was
idea.
one
Well,
of the best
We're kind
moments.
of getting it with NXT with
the
the global.
Cruiserweight Open,
okay.
yeah.
They already started doing matches to qualify for the Cruiserweight
in
Open.
their respective.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
cool.
and they're putting those matches on YouTube. Like they're saying, like not the entire
Kenny
match,
Omega
like
qualify as a cruiserweight?
what?
Does Kenny Omega qualify
Yes.
as a cruiserweight?
There's no way they're gonna let Kenny Omega do it.
They need to let Kenny Omega
I know,
do it.
but there's no way they're gonna let Kenny Omega because like they're
'Cause
doing.
I could just see
they're
Xavier
grabbing.
Woods.
One
and-
question here now, though. Okay,
Yeah.
right? So since we're getting a lot of TNA talent to NXT, Did we get the main event Mafia?
Nah, because main event Mafia had Steiner, Sting,
And Steiner
Nash,
retired as a restaurant owner.
which we still have to go.
Oh, yeah.
We have to get fat.
It's in Georgia.
He owns a restaurant. Have you seen Scott Steiner
Him and
wearing?
Victoria own restaurants. Victoria owns a restaurant.
I never
Squared
knew that.
Circle. That's what it's
But-
called.
Like, I don't think we get main event Mafia. Also, because most of them were like literally,
We might get
Booker
Team
T.
Canada.
we might get Team Canada. You can make
Petey Williams?
you can get
Just not Petey Williams,
Get
'cause
Petey.
His move is too indie for him to be there.
It's like him like grabbing like spin, right?
It's him doing the flip and another guy doing the backflip.
It's a Canadian destroyer, right? Yeah.
Think about it though. He
It's
can't
so-
hit
it was
anyone
so
heavier
cool.
with it because no one else. Like, he'd have
They
to
would
literally.
strictly have to have him as a mid carder.
You'd have to have him as a mid carder. That
was
sucks because I could tell
so
you want
good.
to be a main guy.
I loved Petey Williams. He
I
was
did
so
too.
good.
First time I ever saw that
Well,
move,
like-
I was like,
You could have had an amazing Team Canada. You could have Bobby Roode, Petey Williams, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Ooh, just like, pow!
you know how that's
Actually,
two powerhouses.
so-
and, oh God.
Think about this.
That's
If you want to go with Team
perfection.
Canada, they could have Chris Jericho in there as well.
Ooh,
As
it
the
can be the
leader.
Mike skill.
Wait,
You
is
can be
it?
the Mike. You can be the
Tyler
Mike.
Breeze from Canada?
And I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think he
Fuck
is.
it, nah,
Well, I'm just saying you could have him as your Mike skill. Ooh.
He'd be that. What was the one guy? Oh God, D'Amore.
Yeah.
He'd be D'Amore, but with wrestling skills.
God, that actually would be a kick-ass stable.
Team Canada.
Might as well throw Eric Young in there. Why not?
Yeah, sure. We need a jobber. Don't
I
worry.
need a comic relief guy.
But oh, Jesus Christ, that would be an amazing stable. Fuck.
Yeah, it is.
But,
it's my time.
Oh yeah, we're about to be ending it soon anyway.
Alright, guys.
Right now we're probably playing Rick Rude's theme at the end.
Nice.
I love Rick Rude's theme.
I like
I started listening to it again. I'm like, oh god, his theme is kick ass.
I like it.
I remember going in the comments, people saying, how can a wrestler come out to this? You know how he can come out to this? Because he's that fucking good. Look at him.
Look at him.
Seriously, look at him.
Alright, guys.
All right, Carlos, I'll see you later.
Later,
But,
bro.
next week, if we can do a show next week, we'll figure it out. We'll probably just touch on Raw. We'll touch on the topic that you want to talk about. We'll talk on Payback Raw, and we'll touch upon a topic you wanted to do for a while, pay-per-view names.
Yes.
And then maybe down the line, we'll do an ultimate draft where we open up WWE catalog. We go from the beginning to now. Alumni. We just ultimate draft, try to build our own 2 rosters.
No, we get a third.
I was actually going to say if Chris is around, we can do a third, but we get to pick what brand our roster is. So you can go to Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, ECW, WCW, or you can just not say WCW. You can do Nitro, and someone can be Thunder. So like I'm just saying, we'll pick our brands. If you want to include FCW, we can put FCW in there.
TNA. I'm gonna be TNA guy.
But we'll pick our brands, and then we'll the only thing that's restricting, they have to be in WWE. No Kenny Omega, no Jay Lethal.
Yeah,
and if
be fair about it.
And if they were there, you can't call upon them now as they are. Like, say Kenny Omega did like a match and Velocity, you have to have that Kenny Omega. You can't get now Kenny Omega. You get Velocity Kenny Omega.
Damn. So if I was like,
So say John Cena never became John Cena, but you wanted John Cena, you get prototype John Cena. You never get Dr. Thugonomics.
actually no, his Thugonomics thing debuted on Velocity.
But you also had prototype.
Both were.
I'm saying let's say if you never had
Oh yeah, I get
Dr.
what you mean.
Thugonomics, you want to get prototype.
Damn. So like, imagine if AJ never came, you'd get.
You can get Bobby Roode right now, even though he's not signed yet. But you get shit Bobby Roode when he had long hair on, I think it was Heat or Velocity, one of those two.
Because
And-
AJ was on Velocity.
Yeah.
Or Jacked. He was on Jacked.
Yeah, so you can get them, but you have to get that gimmick. You can't get now when they're polished. You unfortunately get the ones when they weren't polished. So if
I need to watch AJ's matches
Yeah.
that far back because I don't
but
know.
that's what I'm saying. Like if you do if they were there,
you get that version.
you get that one. If they came back with the now version, you can get the now version. And also, I'm going to split it up to gimmicks. You can draft a specific gimmick era. You can either get Stone Cold Steve Austin or you can get Hollywood Blonde Steve Austin.
Ew, I'd take Stone Cold.
But if you get Hollywood Blondes Austin, you automatically get Brian Pillman Hollywood Blondes with him. But that means once you
You don't
draft
have to
that
pay the
Austin, the
Pillman.
other Austins are gone. So say for some strange fucking reason you want an American Badass Undertaker. That means Ministry Taker, Old School Taker, and Now Taker are off the table.
I would take American Badass.
I'll take Dead Man Taker. I'm sorry.
Honestly, just because American Badass Taker was as real as it got for me. Like, I can't get behind Deadman. Like, it's cool looking at him as Deadman, but like American Badass, he spoke regular godforsaken English.
But it doesn't make sense gimmick wise. Jeff, how can you come from a zombie to American Badass? How do you do this?
I completely understand where that's coming from as far as gimmick goes, but as far as character wise, honestly, the better character out of all of the ones he's had.
But like that's how I'm gonna break it down. So
all
like
right.
if you want to draft CM Punk, you can draft OG CM Punk from original ECW, or you can get what's it called?
Which one's the better Punk though?
Yeah, I'm saying like you can get that one. Or what's the one where he was with Luke Gallows? What was the name of his group?
Oh, Straight Edge Society.
Straight Edge Society, or you can get Best in the World Punk. You get to choose which
Does
era
Nexus
you
Punk
want.
technically
Yes,
count
he counts.
as Best in the World, or is his own?
We'll call that Nexus Punk.
All right.
I'll try to make a list.
Because he was so short in Nexus to becoming Best in the
Same
World.
thing works with Rock. You can draft Rocky Maivia,
Oof.
Brahma Bull,
Okay.
or Hollywood Rock. You get which one.
Wait,
you get
which
to choose.
Hollywood Rock? 03 or current?
03, and then we'll do new Hollywood Rock.
All right.
Okay, I guess we'll split it up from heel Hollywood Rock or face Hollywood Rock.
I would take heel.
So
That's
like,
gold.
I'm saying like we'll split up everything. So like Triple H, you can get Hunter Hearst Helmsley, you can get Triple H, you can get Evolution Triple H, or you can get King of Kings Triple H. We'll just keep splitting this shit up until like you draft which one. Like you can get.
And there's Authority Triple H too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
you can
crazy.
get Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero, or you can get Lie, Cheat, and Steal Eddie Guerrero, or you can get
Gangsta Lane.
I was about to say I'm your Poppy Eddie Guerrero. So
I would take
you
I'm
get
Your Poppy.
yeah, I would definitely take I'm your Poppy.
I'm Your Poppy or Lie, Cheat, and Steal were my favorites.
It's like I'm gonna split them up so you can just go there. You can get Macho Man or Macho King. You choose Madness because WCW now falls under WWE, so you can draft NWO Madness, Macho Man. So I'm saying like anything that's
We would all fight for Hollywood Hogan. I'm
anything
sorry.
that goes under the WWE banner, if it's owned by WWE now, so WCW, ECW, all those old wrestlers, they go right there. But remember, they never showed up again. That's
Get
the
that
only
version,
gimmick you get.
Yeah. Damn, we'd have a problem because I know all of us would probably want Hollywood Hogan.
I'm gonna try to buy like a chalkboard, and I'm gonna try to split it up and make
We
it.
need to have that as
we'll
an
do-
actual recording, though. Like,
No. I was gonna set up 1, 2 cameras or something. Okay, you're up. Write your pick and explain to the audience why you picked this.
I want Dwayne The Rock Johnson 03 because he is comedy gold.
So I'm just saying that's gonna be one future episode. I'm definitely planning for this one.
And Sheamus technically
You can draft
a few Sheamuses in him, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can also draft Shane. I want European champ Shane, or I want
Kane versus Shane or current Shane.
yeah. So you can draft
Actually, Legacy Shane. He wasn't in Legacy, but he versed Legacy.
yeah.
Okay.
Like you can draft which eras. Like if they're distinctly different from each era, you can draft them. Unfortunately, Big Show has like 500 eras, so whoever wants Big Show, you decide which 500
Just
you
gonna
want.
go with the giant. He was athletic.
So like that's how we were like Kane. You have original Kane, DX Kane, regular
It was, wasn't
RVD Kane, unmasked Kane, corporate Kane, new mask Kane. Like we'll split this shit up. We'll figure it out. It'll be a massive. Like our regular draft was 45 minutes. Imagine how a legacy draft. I had to split this shit up in parts.
Do you know who I would pick just for the hell of it?
Carlito, I know.
Viate!
Oh my god. And with that, we're going to end this. Thank you for listening. Next week, we'll be talking about Payback. We'll be talking about the Raw after Payback. We'll see if the brand extension is starting now. I know it's going to be planted. Let's see when the draft. We'll see when the drafting actually starts. You're listening to Rick Root's theme. I don't think it has a title, his theme. But like you're listening to that now. Visit the Facebook, links in the description. Subscribe to the channel for sort of weekly videos. We'll try to work it out.
Weekly to bi-weekly.
Weekly to bi-weekly. We'll see how it works. I'm John Sanchez.
I'm Jeff James.
And let us book.
Pulse.
There we go. You remembered.